Hello, welcome to day 247 African. You know what we'll do here as usual. We'll talk about everything about Africa. We'll talk about African stories, trending stories, the ones that are not even trending. And sometimes we'll talk about history. Today we're going to be talking about history. And guess who we'll be talking about today? Is the late head of state, General Murtala Mohammed. How did he die? How was he assassinated? I'm going to give you the tea. Stick around. General Murtala Mohammed became the head of state in Nigeria on July 29th, 1975, when he assumed power after a coup d'etat that deposed General Yakubu Gowon. Yes, he was the one who deposed Gowon and became the head of state. You know, Gowon ruled for like 9 years or thereabouts. He was one of the long-lasting heads of state we have in Nigeria. And on 13th of February 1976, he was assassinated in an attempted coup and replaced by General Olusegun Obasanjo. So you're going to ask, how did General Murtala Mohammed, or let's say late General Murtala Mohammed, died? Who spearheaded that killing? Who spearheaded the assassination? So the person who spearheaded the assassination of General Murtala Mohammed is known as Colonel Bukar Shua Dimka. Yes. So was the person who spearheaded the assassination of Murtala Mohammed. And how did he do that? Let me give you a step-by-step little history of how that happened. So it was said that Colonel Dinka emerged from an adjacent petrol station or a fuel station, ambushed the vehicle of Murtala Mohammed and assassinated Murtala Mohammed. Yes, he was killed. And he was killed along with his aide-de-camp in person of Lieutenant General Akintunde, or Lieutenant rather, not Lieutenant General. He was assassinated with his aide, Lieutenant Akintunde Akinsehiwa, in his black Mercedes-Benz salon car on February 13th, 1976. So guys, I'm going to show you or play you the video of Murtala Mohammed's vehicle, the vehicle he was in, the Mercedes-Benz vehicle that he was in when he was assassinated. That vehicle is in a museum somewhere in Nigeria now. So take a look.
So as you can see, this is a vehicle, the Mercedes-Benz, black Mercedes-Benz vehicle of Murtala Mohammed. That's the vehicle he was in. You can see the bullet holes around the car, even in the seat of the car. If you watch very well, you can see the bullet holes. Yes, even on the driver's seat, you see that big bullet hole right on the head of the driver's seat. But I told you, I'm going to tell you a miracle that happened with the driver of Murtala Mohammed that day he was killed. You will not be able to guess what happened or what a surprise that happened that day, because some people say it was a miracle. So as you can see, you're seeing the vehicle, the bullet-ridden vehicle, the holes and the bullet holes in the seats and all of that. Yes, and this vehicle, this Mercedes-Benz vehicle, is in the museum in Nigeria, somewhere in Nigeria. Yes, I'm going to tell you where it is next time. On our next episode, I'm going to tell you, give you details information on where this vehicle is. Yeah.
So some people will say, was Dimka ever prosecuted, or Dimka and whoever and who was involved in that assassination, were they prosecuted? Yes, your guess is right. They were prosecuted. It was said that the coup was crushed several hours later after Dimka did what he did. You know, the plan for that coup was assassinate him. You know how the coup works now. You know how a coup works. You assassinate the targets, and then some certain people who were among the plotting of the coup takes over power. That is how it works in military. But according to the story, they said that the coup was crushed several hours later by forces loyal to the government, and Dinkwa fled to the premises of Radio Nigeria in Ikoyi, where he had made a broadcast to the nation. And he was eventually arrested in eastern Nigeria. Yes, Dinkwa was later arrested in eastern Nigeria. He was said to be arrested in the company of a female, but I'm not going to go into that. So, how was Dinkwa prosecuted? Was he killed? Was he prosecuted? Now, let me tell you. Dinkwa was eventually arrested in eastern Nigeria. Following a court-martial, Lieutenant Colonel Dinkwa and another 38 military officers and civilians who were involved in the coup were executed by firing squad on the 15th of May, 1976. There is something particular, or will I say intriguing, about the story of Murtala Mohammed and how he was killed. Do you know that the driver of Murtala Mohammed, the person who drove him that day of that assassination, with all the bullets emptied or with all the cartridges emptied in his vehicle, that driver did not die. Yes, that man is still alive till today. But the thing is, that man does not want to come out to tell his part of the story. Reason best known to him. I wish he'll be able to come and tell Nigerians what happened that day. At least we'll get the first-hand information of what happened. But it was, a lot of people say it was a miracle, that they've never seen that kind of thing before. When you look at that video, you see the seats, you see the bullet, the open holes of the bullets or the cartridges. It was there, but nothing ever happened to them. And they said even a scratch was not, there was never a scratch on his body. And it's, some people will say it's the hands of God, for people who believe in God and people who are spiritual. But it's a wonderful thing. Yes. So Murtala Mohammed's driver is still alive. Nothing happened to him, actually. And he was the only one who wasn't hurt during that assassination, or would I say an attack. So this is all I have for you today in history in Nigeria. What I say is today in history. I think I'll call it today in history. Yes, in this segment, today in history. Stick around, subscribe to my channel. Always turn on your notification button so that you will get notified anytime I post. Thank you.